Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is Mike with the National Weather Service here in Amarillo with your weekly briefing for today, Thursday, October 22nd, 2020. So looking ahead at this week, we have a marginal red flag warning event ongoing today, mainly in the western part of the area. We're going to see the first freezes and then eventually hard freezes of the season. And over the next few days, and then especially next week, that'll be impacting the area. So anybody that has any kind of sensitivity to freezes, and especially hard freezes, that will be something to watch. And of course, the one that everybody's interested about is the potential for our first significant winter weather event of the season early next week, with all precipitation types still on the table. All right, here's our matrix for the upcoming week. I'm sure the slides are going. And so again, for today, we've got that elevated risk. Fire weather in the west wouldn't be too big a deal if it wasn't as dry as it is. But when you add the dry fuels and then just kind of a marginal day with the wind at RH, it's enough to cause issues there. You see just lit up throughout there the non-precipitation, the freeze issues. Those are lit up as extreme risk. It's mainly just if it's a high probability of occurring. It's not necessarily impact based on that extreme like a lot of the other colors or the other categories are. And then we're looking at Sunday through Wednesday, that risk of winter precipitation. We just have it as limited. There's a huge range of what could happen with this, and we certainly could have more impact than that, and we'll have to continue to watch this. But starting in the far northwest, maybe as early as Sunday evening, and then potential there through Wednesday. Now, we'll talk a little bit about the timing of that. We don't expect that it's going to be an event that lasts from Sunday through Wednesday. There's a lot of questions about timing and those types of issues that are leading to that. The most likely thing is that we're going to see one or two episodes somewhere within that. We just don't know when it's going to be. That's the problem. So here's looking at the fire weather risk today, mainly in the west. We do have a little more of those areas, including Dumas and into Borger, that are included in the red flag warning, mainly just because of how dry the fuels are. But the worst conditions are in the west, and it's ongoing from now through about 8 p.m. Well, I got a first typo of the day. That should have been southwest winds 15 to 25, and RH of 10 to 15%. Just looking at the frost and freeze, here's tomorrow morning. So we will have a cold front coming through tonight, actually. Pretty early in the evening. It should be pretty much through the area before midnight. It's going to be rolling through here after 6 p.m. pretty fast. And so now the areas in red, it's going to be more patchy. I don't expect the city of Amarillo, honestly, necessarily is going to reach freezing. But some of those rural areas that typically get colder probably will. Then tomorrow night, there's probably a better chance of Amarillo being included in that and more of these areas. But so the next couple of nights, anything sensitive, and then the northern part of the area, more of a hard freeze with this as well. So this is for tomorrow morning and probably Saturday morning, similar. Saturday we'll have a return to south winds, and then the next cold front will come through Sunday morning. The high temperatures are really highly in question because it's just going to be about timing. They're going to occur early in the day, and then our temperatures are going to crash. And you can tell by the way this is drawn up. Right now, we expect the front to maybe be through pretty early in the morning in the north, and maybe a little bit later. We'll see how the timing of that goes. If it comes through faster, we will not reach 58 in Amarillo. Temperatures are going to fall all day, and much of the area could be at freezing by sunset already, and if not by then, quickly soon after. So breezy conditions, strong north winds, crashing temperatures through the day on Sunday. I think more focus on the northwest area here. Maybe as early as Sunday evening, there's a potential for some light sleet or snow up there. It looks mainly pretty light at that point if we were to get anything Sunday evening. But there is some potential there. Now, these graphics, this is pretty far out to try to talk about winter weather potential, honestly. We're going to do the best we can here. But so these graphics need a little explaining. the best thing to do is just to try to show you a probability, the only thing available really, probability of having, it says liquid equivalent greater than 0.25 inches. So in other words, if you were to melt down whatever frozen precip there might be, then you would get a quarter inch of liquid water out of that. And to give you an idea, generally a quarter inch of liquid water would equivalent to maybe 2.5 inches of snow. It's about 10 to 1. So that'll give you some idea. I'd have to look up what the conversion from sleet is if it were to be sleet. Probably something maybe about double. If you got a quarter inch, maybe almost a half inch sleet depth, maybe that might be a little overdone. But it's just to give you an idea. So if you think about snow, think about this as, okay, potential of getting 2.5 inches of snow or more. So you can see for Monday, the timing of this would be mainly in the northwest early, and then later in the day focusing on the central and southeast, and probably the better chance is really Monday night into Tuesday. But for looking at that time frame from Monday morning through Monday night, so that includes the day and night period, you see this little strip of 30 to 50% chance of having quarter inch or more liquid converted into some type of winter precip, and a 10 to 30% chance for most of the area. So that's definitely would be something that would be significant if that were to occur. Temperatures Monday are not going to be balmy. Looking at lows in the teens, so it's not quite records, although 22 is probably pretty close to the record low in Amarillo. It's pretty close to record. It may be just a tad above, but this is a significant cold spell for October 26th. Highs on Monday in the 30s. If it's precipitating, it's not going to reach the 30s. If we get some breaks and stuff, then we can get well into the 30s. These temperatures Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be very much driven by what's happening in the precipitation. Tuesday, again, 10 to 30% chance for much of the area of some kind of frozen precip, convert that into some kind of winter precip. 30 to 50% chance in some pockets in there. So certainly some potential there. And Wednesday about the same. Now, the problem is that we are having trouble with the track and timing of the system. And it's literally been changing by hundreds and hundreds of miles from one model to another, and days as far as it comes across Monday, and other models say Wednesday. I mean, there's a ton of uncertainty in that. So the way that the forecasts are working is it's kind of broad brushing these slight, this chance of snow, sleet, whatever, over a 3-day period. But in reality, what's going to end up happening is that we're going to have probably 1 or 2 episodes, and just depending on the timing, they'll occur so it's not going to be a solid 3-day event, but somewhere within that 3 days, we're going to have 1 or 2 episodes, maybe with a day of separation, potentially, depending on how it works out. But so that's what we're looking at. Precipitation type is probably way too early to do this, but we did it anyway. We're not sharing this publicly because this is just to give you guys an idea right now. But the greatest potential, all precipitation types are possible the entire time at some point. And it's all going to be dependent on the track, where the track goes and the timing of that. And so there's a lot of uncertainty in it. But the northwest area has the greatest potential to end up remaining all snow. Not guaranteed, the greatest potential of that happening. That central area from Hereford up through Beaver County, that purple color in the middle there, that's got the greatest potential of having a mix and having sleet at some point being in there. And then the southeast corner has got the greatest potential of at some point seeing freezing rain. Now, the whole area at some point could see freezing rain. This is just kind of giving you an idea where the best chances of the different things happening. I will tell you, some models, if this system comes through quicker and it just comes through really early where the cold air is entrenched really well, Monday into early Tuesday, this will be an all snow event. The more it slows down, the more the cold air starts eroding and you start bringing in more and more sleet and freezing rain potential if this goes more into a Wednesday or later in the week type thing. And even losing the cold air completely and being a very cold rain if it gets really late in the week. Right now, we think Monday night and Tuesday is going to be that peak of this. And if that happens, probably going to see quite a bit of sleet in some areas. mostly snow in the northwest, and we'll see. The earlier it is, there is potential that it's all snow if it really comes blasting through there. So here's kind of a summary, just the winter part of this. You can't rule out any precipitation type for any area, but the best chance for freezing rain impacts are in the southeast. The best chance of having sleet impacts, or quite a bit of sleet, maybe mixed with snow, or sleet turning to snow, but a lot of sleet at some point, is that central corridor from southwest to north east. And the best chance that we've managed to just be snow the entire time is in the northwest. Ridge tree precipitation is possible Monday through Wednesday, but it's not likely to occur that whole time. It's more likely that we'll see shorter time frames, 6 to 12 hour time frames of events, 1 to 2 of those within that window at some point. I would focus on, probably lighter stuff Monday and Monday night and Tuesday. If we had to just stick to a time, that's probably the most favored time, but there's again a huge spread and guidance on that. A faster and more southern movement, unless it goes too far south, would favor snow. A slower or a more northern track. Yesterday, the models were taking this thing northeast and north of our area, and if that were to happen, we'd be way more in sleet and freezing rain concerns. We will see sleet and freezing rain somewhere. It's just a matter of where. Right now, it may be favored more south of the panhandles. So again, Monday night into Tuesday, right now, we think is the greatest potential on the timing for this. The 1 to 7 day rainfall totals, this does take into account maybe some storms in the east today. Maybe we're not real high on that. And then it also is taking into account precipitation that could last Wednesday into Thursday, at which point could be rain. And I do think this is a little aggressive, but you can see quite a bit of 1 week precipitation totals ranging from a ½ inch to an 1.5 inches. 2 thumbs up if that happens. We need it badly. But I don't know. That might be a little excited. And this is why the drought monitor, the D4, which is the exceptional drought areas, has been spreading across Des Smith County. This may update today going a little further east into Randall County. For Des Smith and Randall County, the ag agents are telling us this, it's a small area, but for them, this is 2011 all over again. Now, 2011, this entire map was painted dark red. So from the scope of this is not 2011, but there are pockets that are that bad as far as the impacts go. So that's going to continue to worsen. The rain this week would go a long way to at least hold this steady for a while without it getting worsening. And that's what I have. And I know it's a little long today, but we had a lot to talk about. Do we have any questions? And it is way too early on amounts and those types of things. And again, preset type. So we'll figure that out as we go. We'll probably send a briefing out tomorrow morning to try to update on what we think, since this is kind of a Monday type event. So I imagine we'll start briefings tomorrow morning. But is there any questions? And this is going to be one of those that it's going to be hairy and hit and miss right up to the end. Just we can see it already with how much drama the models are going all over the place. We're probably going to be struggling to the bitter end on this. I was going to put a graphic just showing how far off the models are from each other, but I figured at that point you guys would just tell me that I'm whining about how hard my job is. So somebody's asking about wind chills. I did not put the temperature Tuesday on purpose because we have forecast in the 30s for highs. I can tell you, if this event unfolds where it's precipitating on Tuesday, it ain't going to get into the 30s. Or if it does, it barely will. So take some temperature forecast with a grain of salt on that. So I'm going to go in here. The question was about wind chill, so I'm going to go to some graphics that I can just show you on the fly. And the wind chill. So I guess we're looking at Monday. So let's look at Monday. Apparent temperature. So there's a lovely Monday morning for you. And so right now we have apparent temperatures on Monday in the single digits Monday morning. That'll be fun. That's exactly what we all wanted to see for October before Halloween, right? So that's what we're looking at Monday afternoon, staying in the teens in there, and still single digits. So gives you an idea. Near freezing in parts of the northern panhandles, single digit for a lot of the areas, teens in the southeast. So yeah, not fun. If that didn't get the period that you're asking about, Stacy, let me know. But that's what Monday is looking like. Is not a lot of fun. Put that back. Keep that sky covered. Yeah, there you go. So 8 degrees. So Panhandle and Amarillo are probably both in that single digit or around, just below 10 for Monday morning. And again, those low temperatures near record levels. Yeah, single digits. That's pretty significant. This is, the one thing I'll tell you about. I should stop the recording. Stop the recording.